Jai Swaminarayan. Today we are reading Kāriyāni 10 of the Vachanāmrut. This passage is titled Checking the Pulse, Austerities. On the night of Kartik Sudhi the 10th, Samvat 1877, or the 15th of November 1820, Swami Sri Sajanandji Maharaj was sitting in one of the east-facing rooms of Austerity Darbar in Kāriyāni. At that time, 10 or 12 senior sadhus and 5 or 6 devotees were sitting before him. Sriji Maharaj seemed to have a fever, and so he was warming himself in front of a charcoal stove that had been placed before him. Thereupon, Sriji Maharaj told Muktanand Swami, "Please check my pulse. It seems as if there is a slight illness in my body." Then, after checking his pulse, Muktanand Swami said, "Maharaj, it seems to be a serious illness." Saying this, he continued, "Maharaj, it seems that the times are tough for the satsangis," the participants in the satsang, this assembly of true spiritual seekers, right now. After all, Maharaj, you are as vital to the satsangis as their lives, and any illness in your body is the very definition of a difficult period for all satsangis. Hearing this, Sriji Maharaj said, "In order to please God, Naraji performed stringent austerities by enduring cold and heat, hunger and thirst for many yugs, for many ages. Due to this, he was able to please God. In the same way, a person who is wise deliberately performs austerities by restraining their body and indriyas, their sense organs. Thus, a sadhu, a monk who is wise, should also behave so as to deliberately induce suffering to their body and indriyas. If that is so, why should they wish to relieve whatever suffering comes their way due to God's wish?" Now, I don't recommend inducing suffering on your body or sense organs unless you are a sadhu, a monk committed to such austerities. Nonetheless, moreover, a renunciant sadhu should firmly maintain the following wish in their mind: "I do not desire the pleasures of the Panch Vishayas, the experiences of the 5 senses found in Devalok, Brahmalok, Vaikuntha, and other realms." These are the realms of the divine. "In this very body, or by going to Badrikashram and Shvetdvip after I die, I wish to please God by performing austerities. Furthermore, even if it takes 1 life or 2 lives or 1,000 lives, I wish to please God only by performing austerities. Furthermore, the soul's liberation is attained only by the following understanding. Everything happens by the will of the incarnate form of Sri Krishna Narayan, not by Kal, time, karma, action, maya, material existence, etc. In this manner, understanding only God to be the all-doer is the supreme cause of liberation. Performing austerities, however, earns God's pleasure. Yet, even while performing austerities, one should keep such feelings as Radhika and Lakshmiji did for God when offering profound, loving bhakti, devotion. Still, if a person understands only God to be the all-doer, then even if they do not perform austerities, their jiva, their soul, overcomes the misery of births and deaths. But without performing austerities, God's pleasure is not bestowed upon that jiva. There is no sinner worse than a person who does not realize God to be the all-doer. That is to say, they still believe themselves to be responsible for creating the things in their life. In fact, they should be known to be a sinner worse than one who has killed a cow, killed a Brahmin, someone of the highest class or caste in the Varna system of India. Nowadays, it's a relatively oppressive system, but long ago, it was not so oppressive as we might find it since colonialism or even a little bit before that time. Nonetheless, Sriji Maharaj's point here is comparing this kind of ignorance to killing someone of a very high status, someone who's very important, that delivers spiritual wisdom. Someone who may even be associated with the partner of one's own guru, or maligned a true guru who is a knower of Brahman, the ultimate truth. Why? Because they believe kal, karma, time, action, etc. to be the cause of everything, not God. In fact, one should not even stand in the shadow of such persons who are nastik. It is people without belief, these kind of outcasts to the spiritual path. Nor should one listen to their talks, even unknowingly, Sriji Maharaj says. Furthermore, by the grace of God, those who are devotees of God may become like Brahma, the creator, Shiv, the one responsible for the dissolution of karma in the universe, Shukaji, the son of Vedvyas, the compiler of the scriptures, or Narad, the guru of the Devas. They may even become like Brahman or Akshar. However, no one is capable of becoming like Sri Purushottam Narayan. Therefore, just as one shuns a vile person, one should immediately shun the company of those persons and those scriptures that refute the upasana, the worship of God, and break one's own master-servant relationship with God. Then Muktanand Swami asked, Maharaj, a devotee who serves God by offering beautiful clothes, jewelry, various types of food, etc., also desires to please God. Yet, you are saying that one can only please God through austerities. What then is inappropriate about pleasing God through such offerings, without resorting to austerities? Sriji Maharaj replied, if the person who is offering bhakti, loving devotion, to God with such lavish objects does so without any desires, solely for the purpose of earning God's pleasure, then it is all right. If, on the other hand, they are tempted by those objects, viewing them to be God's prasad, sanctified items which are then given back to devotees, and, leaving God aside, if they develop affection for those objects, then, by indulging in the Vishayas, the experiences of the senses, they will become engrossed in them and corrupted by them. That is what is inappropriate. Therefore, a renunciant should realize God to be the all-doer and strive to please God only by performing austerities. They should also worship God by offering profound, loving bhakti in the manner of Radhikaji and Lakshmiji. That is my principle. Thereafter, Brahmanand Swami asked, Maharaj, please tell us how we can benefit in this realm and in the realm we attain after death. Sriji Maharaj explained, the principle that I have just explained is itself the only means to attain supreme bliss in this realm and in other realms. Then Gopalanand Swami asked, Maharaj, in one's mind one may have great zeal to cultivate the virtue of renunciation and perform austerities, but what if some obstacle is encountered in the process? What should one do? Sriji Maharaj replied, a person who has great zeal in any endeavor would never be hindered, even if they were to face thousands of obstacles. That should be known to be true zeal. Just see, it has been 21 years since I first met Ramanand Swami. During this period, I have come across countless devotees who have been offering a countless varieties of clothes, jewelry, food and drink, etc. Despite this, my mind has never been tempted by any of those objects. Why? Because I have only zeal for renunciation. Furthermore, in this world, there are many people who, following the death of their partners, continue to lament bitterly. On the other hand, there are many people who renounce their partners and engage themselves in worshipping the divine. In this manner, each and every person has a different type of zeal. But my zeal and principle is just this: one should strive to please God by performing austerities, and realizing God to be the all-doer, one should offer bhakti, loving devotion to Him, while maintaining a master-servant relationship. Also, one should not allow the upasana, the worship of that God, to be violated in any way. All of you should accept these words of mine as the highest supreme principle. Alright, thank you for listening to Kāriyāni 10 of the Vachanāmrut. Naturally, you might feel like Sriji Maharaj may be suffering under this illness. However, I am sure that this experience is done for the benefit of his devotees, as it is an example of an austerity, as well as one that provides seva for those around him to take care of him. Jai Swaminarayan.